True story, because I like to share this story everywhere I go. I'm super excited because Waze has always been a brand that takes, we love to give opportunities to people, especially for first timers. And for some strange reason, right, all the small businesses that we feature almost every Friday, they've never done TV before. So I remember when Kike and Amma came to our studio, they were panicking. They had never done live TV before. I said, no, don't worry. I mean, you're home. And, looking back from 2019 till date, a lot. And like every day, I'm super proud to say these are, like when you feel like you're attached to this brand, like these are my brand stories that I love to share all the time. But tell us, right? Tell us, first of all, how has business been since Jan to Giddy to Cargo Plug? And, how much impact, because people, we play around with the word media, strategy and all of that, but truly, how much impact has it had on your businesses?
Okay, thank you so much, Team Waze. Always happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting us and for having us. I'll just do a quick intro. I'm Kike, co-founder of Cargo Plug, formerly Jan to Giddy. And what we do is we solve logistics problems basically for businesses that are high growth and heavily reliant on movement of goods, whether it's coming into the country, going out. So even personally, you want to bring something from the UK, US, wherever it is in the country, what Cargo Plug cannot deliver or where we cannot deliver from does not exist. So when it comes to impact of social media on our business, I can't begin to tell you. From the beginning, from how we started, it was always Instagram. So Instagram, aside from word of mouth and other things, but when it comes to media, Instagram. And there was a time we decided, okay, let's go out there, aside from social media posting, let's go out there and do magazines and stuff. And then we were so clueless. It was so expensive. We're just firing shots wherever, anywhere Belle face, basically. And while it did yield, we had some kind of ROI on it, but still, it wasn't tailored. We didn't have proper guidance, and we didn't have knowledge as to target audience, knowing exactly where to place your ad, knowing what kind of ad to put in what kind of channel, etc., etc. So we kind of learned the hard way. So starting off, so I'll say cost is the first thing, and then knowledge, as I said, guidance. Some people cannot afford a PR company, so at the time we just went with someone who had connects with different houses, exactly. And that, while that has its benefits, it's not. You can't make it. You're not. There's no target. It's just like it's not exactly. So that's another challenge. And then just knowing how to even measure whether ads are coming from what you put out, or just to know how. So we've learned that if you're putting out an ad, for example, in let's mention it, maybe this day, for example, you can use maybe a new phone number that you haven't actually advertised prior to that publication.
Or a promo code or something.
Or a code or something that would let you know that, okay, this is actually coming, the traffic I'm now receiving is actually coming from this channel. And then if it's also quiet, you know that, okay, this channel didn't quite work for me on this campaign. Maybe I'll try it next time, or try, you know how to tweak and measure and then, path the way forward from there. And I think one more thing is shyness. Sometimes, if you have a brand that requires people to trust you, which is a lot of the time, especially with scammers and all that online, people want to see who exactly is behind the brand. And some people are just genuinely shy. I know what it took for Amma to now be.
I know. Don't worry.
So you can imagine that, let's say I was also the same way. We'll probably just be,
winking
cautious
in the dark,
and, be trying to do make it fit. Some faceless brands work, but then for a brand like ours, I don't think that could have worked for us at the time. And maybe now, better now, because we've gained some kind of brand credibility. Yeah, but then back then, it was important for us to show our faces, be silly on the internet, as long as you're being professional. Enjoy yourself and just keep going. So I think those are a few challenges that I think small businesses face.
Do you want to add something to that?
I think the shyness thing was what I was going to say. The thing is, what I've learned is nobody really cares. As much as you think that people care, no one cares. People see it, they'll move on. So do what you have to do. If you need to get yourself out there, say what you have to say. Be on camera. It's just a few minutes of your time. Like now, sometimes when I say, Kike, how far aren't you doing content? She's like, what's wrong with you today? Like you? But because I've seen what comes in, from those things. And a lot of times I watch the videos and I'm like cracking up. I have friends that reach out to me and like, you guys are crazy, you guys are not serious. But it's at least you remember, So just get yourself out there. Don't think about what anybody. Your focus is to grow your business. Focus on that.
Let's go back to your feature on CNN, right? because again, it's interesting for us to always talk about social media, social media, because that's the like lowest barrier to entry. But when you start to talk about mainstream media, it's quite high for you to be able to be featured on those kinds of platforms. Tell me what kind of credibility that brought to your brand as a small business. Yes.
There's no door that hasn't opened for us. And the thing is, it's one thing to be featured. It was something that we looked forward to. And I just want to stop here to give a shout out to Somi PR team, Somi Solutions. We had worked with Somi, who is a PR company, and they kind of work with your budget. They helped us get out there a bit more. So we started doing more targeted, what I spoke about earlier, more targeted features on TV stations, on radio, print, and et cetera, et cetera. So of course, that visibility put us out there to bring in CNN. Some people think we paid for it. Why do you want to see the money paid for CNN?
Like
don't think we're talking about SMEs. You don't have those funds. So it's about positioning, about presenting yourself properly so that when the opportunity comes, you're ready. When they say, okay, we're coming to interview you, what if we didn't have, you don't have to have a big office, but what if we didn't even have a space where, what if we're in what if we're a scam? Or what if things were just not put together? They featured us as celebrating women behind the tech boom in West Africa. What if we didn't really have tech? You know, just be ready, position yourself, and when opportunities come, nobody's going to give you 2 years to now be featured on CNN. They've come knocking. Take advantage of it. Schedule the meetings, schedule the meetups and all that. So I think, so back to the question.
The credibility that it brought to your brand.
First and foremost, LinkedIn, CNN featured entrepreneur. First and foremost. So if I send you a DM, you know that it's not a riff-raff that I send you a DM. Any pitch deck, any pitch that we're talking, anybody we're trying to pitch to for investment.
Send the link.
The link is there. Watch it on CNN. On CNN in South Africa. Everybody must know. And it's something that we craved. We saw some of our customers being featured on CNN, and we're like, when is this thing going to finally happen? And then it did. You have to make noise. You now have to use it to your advantage. Anybody who are cold emailing to say, oh, we would like an opportunity to pitch, put in a CNN feature, blah, 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 and the link is there. And then, you know, it opens doors. It makes people, even if someone is doing an intro, oh, these people were featured on CNN, it makes, okay, you grab attention that way. So I think we've leveraged, we've sucked it dry.
Awesome. I was gonna add to that even before the CNN one, I remember the first time, I think there was Punch or something, the newspaper that came. That alone started getting people like thinking and talking about it. And this one, I don't think we didn't approach them. Someone just came randomly. So little features like that helped. Because I remember when we started on Instagram, we used to send messages to people that please kindly give us a shout out on Instagram. That was when Instagram was still nice, you know. And they would give us a shout out, and that's how we started growing our audience. But then as newspapers started,
mainstream media.
Exactly, as they started coming in, people kind of now took a step back, like, oh, okay, we can give you this project to do, you know. So people take you more seriously. You're not just that person that is on social media trying to sell their business. You're now somebody that is... So I mean,
I'm happy that you're saying this, because I say this to say that Upgrade TV is positioning herself to be a very SME-friendly channel. So when we started Ways, right, because I'm a small business myself, the vision was to make small businesses, give them platforms that normally they would never have access to. And I see that with every small business that we have featured over the years, and I mean, this is not just with your brand, a lot of them, other media houses started taking their businesses seriously. Did that happen to you as well?
Yeah, obviously people now start approaching us. I'm like, okay, and then you know that it comes from the exposure you've already had, because it's a foundation, and then, you know, there's only more that can build from there.
So if you were speaking to a small business now that is thinking, okay, you know what, I want to put myself out there, I want to put my brand out there, I want to be intentional about the strategic, you know, flow of, you know, media incorporated into my business, what would you say to that person? Or the people?
I think, start with free. With everything, not just media, with everything, even accounting services. So look for free opportunities. Yes, there's some, I know the people's banks, that's the thing about what Amma said, open your mouth and ask questions. So I know that there are banks that would actually give you an opportunity to come to speak on their radio show or TV show or something. And if you're banking, just, you know, bank with the right person, basically, and be valuable. So have a real relationship with the bank. So maybe your account officer or something, so they can share opportunities with you. Because, for example, Providence Bank sent an email about us to their mailing list. Do you know the amount of people that have seen that ad? And it was free. So just be valuable and be a serious, like, you have a registered business. First of all, are you even registered? Can people take you seriously? Do you have a professional bank account? If you are trading with Kike Fola as your office, as your business account, nobody's going to call you to come. And do you understand? It's not a good look. Like, you have to fight twice as hard to become and to have these opportunities. So the bank would spread spread the word for you. I'm giving an example of the bank, but it could be anything. Even if you have a friend that works at a radio station, sometimes they need the content, and you're a real business. Come and share your story. If there's a campaign they're running at the time, how to make shea butter or something, and they remember, oh, I have this friend, and then just open your mouth and stay top of mind and keep being consistent. If it's Instagram you're using, not everybody can have a friend or a bank that can put them out there. If it's Instagram you're doing, do it and do it well. Don't be tacky. Have a proper logo. Position it in the right place. Be consistent. Don't post today and then go away for 1 month and come back and expect that others will be waiting for you.
I wanted to also add, another thing is also people, the kind of people you meet. Because the way we came on Waze was through UA, right? And we met UA
as a cohort, SME, SME cohort, yes.
And you were in charge of the filming of that set. And I remember you had said, don't worry, I'm working on this, and you guys, I'll invite you guys. And when you said it that day, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, oh, okay. But when you asked and you invited us on, that was the first time we were ever on TV. So I want to say a big thank you, because it did wonders for us.
Yes.
Just build relationships with people. And you will find that people will be willing to open doors for you, willing to have you come around on their shows and things like that. So I think most of the shows we've been on, apart from CNN, have been through people that we've met.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And all these networking events, people shy away from them. Go there.
I can't be you. I cannot be you. I'm sorry.
Go there and network.